program is called Can We Talk? And I'm here with my son, Charles Scott Jr.
How you guys doing today? I'm Charles Scott Jr. with Tri-State Realty. As I said before, always go online. If you miss an episode, you can recap. And also, that number right there, that's us. When you call that number, we pick up the phone. Not one of these AI agents or robots or answer machines. We'll talk to you.
Yes, we're not robots.
Nope, not yet.
We're here today to talk about some of the things that are happening in the industry, some of the things that are happening out there that are affecting your purchasing power, some of the things that you may want to do in the future. Believe it or not, you know, they say that the world is global, and what happens in one part of the country affects another part of the country. Well, now it's like almost in the entire world. Things that happen all the way across in the other parts of the world as far as affecting interest rates, prices, and what happens is that when you have the prices going up, it increases the interest rates, and that affects the buying power, or if you're looking to purchase a home. And it helps up and down. I guess if you're investing money, the interest rate is good because you're making money, but if you're looking to buy and borrow money, it may not be a good thing.
Yeah, money's expensive right now. That's why I tell people to give me a call. I have some people I'm working with now. We're going to look at houses every other day, and I'm seeing other people running other agents. So people are actually out there buying. You know, from some people's perspective, they may say it's slow, but I will say we are at people. Transactions are happening every day. If you want to call me, give me a call. I'll read the hot sheet to you. I can tell you what's being rented, what's being sold in the whole city. And I'll say things are pretty active right now. It's a good time to sell and a great time to buy right now.
For example, I'll give you a real-time checkup call here. I went to show a property in Naugatuck, Connecticut, because we're broadcasting here from Connecticut, and we talk about how, you know, interest rates may be a little higher, slowing down the market. And we went to an open house. The open house started at 5:30. We got there, we figured, oh, we'll get there early. That'll give us a chance to look around and before people start showing up, if anybody shows up. We got there 5 minutes after the open house, and there was over 20 people there already. And I'm like, wow, even I, you know, experienced as I am, and as much as I talk about real estate, I was kind of surprised.
Tell them why you were surprised.
Well,
what day was it?
and that was what? That was on
a Thursday.
A Thursday.
I've been doing this for almost 20 years. You always have open house on Saturday and Sunday to get the most people.
Exactly.
This was on a Thursday night.
A Thursday night.
People had work that morning. They got out of work and went to the open house.
Exactly. And like I said, most of the time, you know, when you have an open house, it's a Saturday, Sunday. You figure people are driving around on a Saturday or after church on Sunday, you have an open house and people show up. This is Thursday from 5:30 to 7:30, and within the first 15 minutes, I'd say there was almost 35 people showing up to see this one particular property. Exactly. And this is an open house. So the market is brisk. People are out there. If you're looking to buy a home, you know, don't think that people are not out there buying. And it's also good. It's good for everybody. It's good for the buyers, good for the sellers. If you're looking to sell a home, you know, I had an appointment earlier today before the TV station here, and an individual said to me, well, is it still a good time to sell? I said, well, I gave him that story that just happened with the open house. I said, people are buying. A lot of people are getting pre-qualified right now. I had people call me today, and I had a referral. The person called me and said, hey, my stepdaughter wants to buy a house. I said, so has she been pre-approved or pre-qualified? I said, that's the first step. In other words, there's no sense in coming to see me until she goes and sits down with the bank, finds out how much money she can borrow, and if they have any first-time home buyer programs or any assistance. I said, once that occurs, then come see me.
Yeah, people realize they usually have it backwards. When they want to buy a house, they go to the realtor first, but no, it's the other way around. You should be obtaining financing, whether that means going to the bank or going to your lender and then seeing what you can qualify for. And then once you get that letter, that pre-approval, then you bring it to your realtor or you look for a realtor.
So that's how it, you know, works. It's never changed. Everything is still the same. Lenders are looking to loan money out. That's how they make money. They don't make money with it sitting in the safe locked up. They want to get it out there. They want to get it in people's hands. And right now, I'd say Connecticut is one of the states that's very proactive in trying to create home ownership. We have a governor that believes in affordable home ownership, because you have a lot of parts of Connecticut. Connecticut is known as a wealthy state. So you have a lot of wealth. You have a lot of millionaires, billionaires. You have hedge funds. You have up in the Stanford Norwalk corridor, you have all of the investment firms. Back when COVID occurred, you remember a lot of people moved out of Wall Street, out of New York into Connecticut, and as far as the banks and the investment firms.
Yes. And they haven't stopped.
They haven't stopped.
Past 5 years, been a steady flow of people moving from New York to Connecticut and keeping their jobs in New York. They take the train back and forth and commute. And we're seeing that because look at the rent. I mean, everybody watches these episodes. I mean, your rent has gone up unless you have a certain situation going on. And that's actually been a motivator for people to look into homeownership, as far as I can guarantee rent will be going up and continue to go up. You know, so when people tell me, is it a good time to move? I say, well, is your rent going up? They say, yeah, you know, I'm paying more than what my mortgage would be.
I guess there was a lot of controversy in the last week or so. There's a big what do you call it? I would say, I'm not going to say apartments. There's a luxury building apartments that are being built in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. And I guess the top unit, I guess I would call it the penthouse apartment, is renting. This is renting.
3 bedrooms are going for $9,000.
$9,000.
That's the main trend we're seeing.
That was for a 3-bedroom unit. And I'm thinking, you know, I think that's I don't think $1 million mortgage is even that much.
Oh no.
So
not that interest rate yet.
And people are buying. People are still doing business, and so there's a lot of things that are occurring. If you're looking to, you know, move into Connecticut, and if you're listening to us in the New York area, New Jersey area, there's a lot of talk of changes occurring that's only going to make this area grow and grow and grow.
And you see how you have the precursor? The fact that we have developers building $9,000 apartments here tells you something, doesn't it? They believe in the area. So those moving here and investing in the property, I'm going to say we're going to see a ripple effect of that spreading throughout the entire city. As far as if you buy a property now, hold on to it, talk to me in 5 years, you may say, well, I'm glad I bought that property.
Right, so there's still a lot of appreciation, values going up. I'll give you a couple of reasons why and where people are looking. For years, there's been talk of expanding Interstate 95. And when they do that, that's going to just bring more traffic. It's going to be easier to commute up and down the coast into New York City, New Jersey, Massachusetts. By opening up the Interstate 95, you know, doing away with all of the distractions and all that, you can zoom right into New York, and who knows. The other thing that they're doing is mass transit. They're thinking about putting on some bullet trains coming from Massachusetts to New York. So right now it takes about an hour and 15 minutes to get to New York, Manhattan from the Bridgeport, Fairfield County. With these new trains, they can do that in 45 minutes.
Imagine that.
That's nothing.
That's going to speed up things a lot. I mean, it's already pretty quick to get to New York.
It's almost
Imagine
it's
that being even faster. And what people are realizing, you know, I get calls from New York every day. That rent out there is $9,000 for a 3 bedrooms, like almost some areas common, whereas we're just getting into that. They're moving down here and they're realizing there's a lot of value down here. We call us the Park City. How many parks are in Bridgeport compared to the average city?
A lot of places to go.
We have the amphitheater for entertainment, the Total Mortgage Arena. We have other things being built, but
the
museum over
Discovery,
there. Beardsley Zoo.
Yeah,
a lot of things in this city that kind of everything you would need to, you know, whether you're growing a family or want to live somewhere where it's not boring, I would say, and not that New York price. So that's why they're coming down here.
The other thing having to do with transportation, and people say it's the pie in the sky, but hey, years ago, if you said that these things were going to happen around this area, people would have laughed at you. They're looking to, build I think it's a tunnel from Bridgeport to Port Jefferson. so that you can drive your car from Bridgeport to Port Jefferson.
That'd be amazing.
And either put a bridge across. It's like in
I know they want to build a bridge from here to Long Island. That's
Yeah.
14 billion, but we'll come to that.
But look at what happened in down south when they built the Chesapeake tunnel and the bridge. First it was the bridge, and then they put the tunnel in there. So it's not far fetched. Imagine that would like be bringing a whole wealth of new people. They're even planning that now with these new apartments, because even the ferry has put on an extra additional ferry.
Additional ferry, yeah.
Yep. And so before it used to be fun. You go over to Port Jefferson. As you're going, you see the other one coming, and there was always 3 going back and forth.
I'm gonna have 4 now.
Now you have 4 going, so that's constant traffic back and forth, back and forth. Even the ferry, I noticed they're thinking of having concerts on their boardwalk.
Oh wow!
They want to put concerts on the boardwalk, so if you come over from Port Jefferson, they got a large lot there. They could have outdoor concerts. So there's a lot of forward thinking and things that are going to happen. The ferry's looking to relocate from where they are now over into the Seaview Avenue corridor. So there's a lot of changes that are happening, and
then I want you to also segue. Now this is like telling us what's good about Bridgeport. What does this come with though? All these good changes come with higher taxes. We're seeing that also, but we're hoping for some reductions. But those of you who are in a situation right now where you're seeing your taxes go up, don't forget you have equity. There's a reason why your taxes are going up. Give us a call. We'll do a free, what we call a CMA, a cost market analysis, give you a nice little packet to see how much your house is worth in this current market. I recommend my customers get at least twice a year a CMA.
And even with the taxes, there is possibly some relief in sight. I know right now, I think our mill rate is around 51, and now they're looking, the mayor's proposed it being 27, because with all that extra money coming in, that means now they've got extra money to pay for the schools, the policemen, the fire marshal, the fire department, improve the streets. And so with extra money coming in, because the property values have gone up, then they're able to refund some of that by giving a lower mill rate and actually lowering the taxes. I think it's what's being proposed anyway is the largest tax relief in the last something like 17 years. So a lot of changes, a lot of things going on, a lot of movers and shakers and activity that's happening out there, and majority of it is happening within the real estate.
And also I was going to say, for those who are looking to buy, don't be afraid of the taxes. I mean, Bridgeport has some great taxes compared to other counties. Let me show you some other counties right down the street. You'll say, wow, you were in Hamden yesterday.
How about that? I was in Hamden yesterday.
Close to double digits in Hamden for a house.
Oh, yeah.
About $10,000 in taxes.
I was kind of surprised myself. I was at a little Cape, and the little Cape, the taxes were like $10,000, and the house up the street, the taxes were $12,000, compared to Bridgeport, where the taxes are like $7,000. And so I was like, okay, this is an eye opener. All the cities that do not have an inflow of a lot of new blood, new developments, transactions, their taxes go up because they can only ask for money from their present occupants, or their present tax base. So how do you lower taxes? You increase the amount of people paying taxes, and that way it gets spread out over a larger amount of people.
You spread out the amount,
and it lowers the taxes.
Now, quick question: if those of you who have agents out there, when's the last time you and your agent sat down and talked about the taxes? I mean, we're experienced agents. We realize taxes can make or break your dream house. You never know. People have really sat down and said, I want to put an offer on the house. And the agent says, go ahead. But when we see some abnormal taxes, we're going to say, no, we got to run it by your lender first, because those increase in taxes is more debt. Remember, you're working on a debt to income ratio. You know, we see this every day. And I've actually saved my client from making mistakes, putting offers on houses they couldn't afford because of the taxes, not the price.
When we go out and when we get a customer, or if you call us, we're all in one. We can tell you about the area, the neighborhood, what you're getting yourself into, your taxes, as far as transportation, the value of the property, what's going to occur, what's coming into the neighborhood. Some houses may be a sleeper. It might be a huge bargain and you don't even know it.
Yes.
I remember going back 20 years ago when I was selling real estate in the Fairfield County in the area here, and I kept telling people, well, you know, things are going to change. You see all of that land over there that's all barren, that's going to rise up. There's going to be apartments over there. There's going to be this development that's coming in there. And, you know, people said, oh, nothing ever happens. They've been trying to do things for 20 years. And now you drive by and it's reality.
15 years ago, this guy was talking about buy a house. Interest rates going to go up. It was 2 or 3% interest rate.
Oh,
and me being younger, I thought that was permanent. I'm like, interest rates can't go over 5%. Just wait when you can buy it. What are we at now? We're at 6.3. So it can go up, and prices can go up.
And then go up even higher.
And think about how many thank you calls does he get per month.
Oh my God!
People calling him saying, "Oh, thank you for getting me this house," because I can imagine where I would be today renting all those years. Some of our customers who have bought in 2013, 14, 15, the amount of equity they have, it's amazing. They're sending their kids to college. They're opening businesses. They're very comfortable.
What did I tell you today? I ran into one of our old customers.
Yeah.
And she bought a 2-family house. It's 2 families.
Recently, four years ago.
And it's got a third floor level. She moved her son into the first floor.
She lives on the second.
With her other son.
Yep.
And the daughter up on the 3rd floor.
Whole family compound right there.
Right. And that house has doubled in value.
Literally, it has doubled. I can't even exaggerate.
I think she paid something like $300,000,
$310 or something.
That house now is worth over $600,000
easily, just from what she has there.
Just a nice area of town, and on top of that, look at all of the rent that they've saved by all of them living within that same area. It's not only the value has gone up, they were paying separate rents. Now they're all together. They got a nice area of town. They got
driveway
for all the cars. And on top of that, tons and tons of equity.
A lot of equity.
The house is worth a lot more. And she got in at the right time. So I'll guarantee you her mortgages is as much as most people are paying for one apartment.
I guarantee it is.
One rent.
I know it ain't $9,000 a month.
Oh, heck no.
Like that luxury one, but I've seen, it wouldn't be believed.
I think her mortgage is somewhere like around $1,500 a month.
Probably. And then, remember, she bought, key word, know what she did? She bought it with the son, too.
Yeah, right. That was with her son. Remember that?
People can buy houses together. You may say, oh, my son has a good job, and then I have a good job, but I can't afford this, he can't afford that. Why not pool your money together? You see what they did. They bought a multifamily house, and one lives on one level, one lives on the other, and they help pay the mortgage off.
And as you remember, she's a CNA, and the son is a truck driver.
Exactly.
And both of them got together and pooled their income, and they bought the whole house, everything.
So you're telling me they have those jobs, right? We say this a lot on the show. So sometimes you buy a house, the house makes more money than you. In the past 4 years, they got $300,000 in equity while still working a regular job. Where else can you do that? Well, their investment.
Right. And look at all the rent they save.
All the rent they save.
If the 3 of them are paying, let's say, $1,500 of rent each, that's $4,500 a month times 12. It comes about $50,000 a year in rent. Times the last, they've been there now 5 years.
Just about.
So 50 times 5, that's $250,000 in rent they would have paid had they not bought the house. And when they move out, they get nothing.
She worked with us. I showed her houses. My father showed her houses, and it was all summer we were looking at houses because it was during COVID. You know,
that was during COVID.
It was during COVID, a busy time. Interest rates were lower than they are now, and even in that environment, she found a gem like that. She found a 2-family house. And then did she use any programs? I believe as far as to assist her. I think she may have.
I don't know.
Not sure.
No, I don't think so.
Yep. But the fact that she was able to find a gem like that. And back then, she was thinking about throwing in the towel. Let me sit from the side. This is getting hard.
Let me wait.
Yeah, let me wait till the prices go down. And look at that. If she would have waited, she would have called us today and not been able to afford the house.
I told her that today when I talked to her. I said, you know what? You wouldn't be able to afford the house that you live in
but
right
you see,
now.
You say it with a smile because you're in the house. You wouldn't be able to afford this.
You wouldn't be able to afford your own house now. So we can laugh about it now, like you said, because but these are the things that we do, and we've created so much
she could literally
wealth for people.
Sit there for the next 5. She'll be a millionaire one day while keeping her job, because that house is going to be worth $1 million.
She's halfway there already.
How about that? Think about the equity she has on the current equity, as far as if one of the kids goes to college and moves out, maybe rent out that floor, make some money that way.
Sure. So there's all kinds of things, and it also doesn't stop. It stops depending upon how adventurous you are. Because investors, what we work with, they would turn around and take some equity out of that house and go out and buy 1 or 2 more houses and let those 1 or 2 other houses do the same thing that house did.
Yeah.
Then there's your $1 million right there. I mean, I was talking to one of my investors who's, he's making millions in real estate, and I said to him when we first met him, he was like, "Oh, I want to become a millionaire in real estate." And he's bought several properties, a lot of properties, and I said to him, $1 million ain't what it used to be now. I said, so now you got $1 million, and you're still driving your pickup truck. You still look the same, and nothing. You still eat the same amount of food and the same type of food, and you're a millionaire. And I said, you got all these properties and everything. So I said, it ain't like now you need 5 million, 10.
Yeah, right.
But with real estate, as long as you manage it properly, and as long as you're consistent, that's the whole thing. And as long as you study the market or have people that can give you good advice, it becomes too easy. In other words, it's like, I didn't know it was this easy. It becomes easy if you're doing the right thing or getting the right advice.
It's easy when you call us when you're ready. People say, when's a good time to buy a house? Call us when you're ready. When you got that pre-approval, ready to go looking for a house, then you're ready to go look for a house. It's not about a right time, but when you have that house, you'll see the things that open up to you. As far as you're the landlord, you're the super, as the New York clients say. But think about in the future, as you're paying that mortgage down, unlike rent, which if you want a high interest rate, look at rent. That's 100% interest rate. You're not getting any of that savings. None of that. You might get your security deposit back. With this mortgage, you're paying it off. You're saving money as far as that's going to pay down your balance. And then if you really want to talk to us after you buy the house, we'll show you how to increase your principal. I mean, we'll lower your principal even more. There's a little box. You can add more money to it. So you can pay that house down as fast as you want it to. It's what you want to do.
Just remember, in real estate, you can make money and you can also lose money.
Very true.
If you do not you got to treat it as a business if you're doing rental property. And you've got to be diligent. You've got to keep records. You've got to work at it. You just don't buy the house, sit there and just wait for the check to come. You have to be a property manager. You have to, get good tenants. That's where we come into the picture. We try to guide you because we don't want just a customer buying one house. We want to see you prosper. We want to see you buy other properties.
Yeah, because like my father said, you would not believe some people will call us up and say, I'm ready for my second house. I mean, they thought the first one, actually the first one's always the hardest. After that, you realize it's a process of, getting qualified and what you're going to put down. But yeah, definitely.
After that, it becomes quite easy. Not only that, you've been able, when you first start out, most people have very little money.
Yes.
After they have saved and accumulated some money, now they come back into it with some savings and some knowledge. So we just want to let you know, we're there for you. That's the phone number you can call us at in case you want to get in touch with us. And there's no charge for any advice.
No, not at all.
We try to not only try to create wealth, but also keep people from getting in trouble.
Debunk that. How many people per year ask me, what's your fee as far as after they talk, what's your fee for talking to you? If I could, I would. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. I can't make you a retainer. Remember, we only get paid when we sell or buy a house. But all our knowledge is just obtained over time. Feel free to give us a call. Ask us any question you may. Even those with agents. How many times do we get that call? Oh, yeah. My agent didn't tell me that. You call me, you already got a real estate agent.
I have agents that call me for advice.
How about that one? Oh, you hear that?
A lot of the agents call me for,
real estate agents call them for advice.
I've been in the business for 40 years, and I was the past president of all the real estate agents. The board of realtors, I was 3 times president of the board of realtors. And how that works is you have a total of 23,000 agents, and each board has approximately about 8,000 realtors, and every year they have an election and they decide who they want to be the president of the whole association that governs all of the real estate agents. We have like a board of directors, and we have a president who's the president of that board who oversees everything.
Yes.
And 3 times I was voted in as the president of different real estate boards in 2 different cities, because I had an office in one city and I was doing very well in that city, and they made me president. Then I opened another office in another city, but still retained the office in the old city.
Yes.
And when I went to that city, they saw the ability and all of the things that I could do. They made me president of that board. And then when I went out as president, 2 years later, they said, could you be president again?
I was going to add that. They didn't tell you. They asked him to be president, but we're so busy.
So now I'm not president, but I'm still on the board of directors. And I'm still a director for the state association, for the state of Connecticut. That's over all 23,000 real estate agents. We have a state board, we have a local board, and we have a state board, and we have a national board. I'm a member of the national board, but I'm not a director. But as far as the state board, we make decisions on what happens in the state of Connecticut and what type of marketing programs. And we also have a lot to do with the legislation, any laws that are passed in the state of Connecticut. We deal with the governor, we deal with the legislators, and any types of local and state laws. That's what we get involved in.
So just to summarize that for those who say that's a lot, ask your agent you're working with, how many boards you're on, what have you been in charge of? And let's see, let them know. Mr. Scott's here. You can give him a call. Phone number's right there. And you have an agent here that's, I'll say, one of the most qualified agents in the area, if not the most.
The most.
Who's got that? Board member, president of both boards? Never been done before.
See, we can talk about the things that we do and the things that, we got a father and son team. And even my son, he's not just a real estate agent. Most agents out there are a real estate agent. They're a realtor. He is a broker.
Yeah, I have a broker license too, which means I had to earn that. Had to get in a certain number of sales, take tests and training to get that certification.
Right. He's a broker. The broker is the person who, number one, has a higher degree. It's like going to college. You get your bachelor's degree, you get your master's degree, and you get your doctorate degree.
I'm a doctor.
He's got the doctorate degree as well as I do.
Yep.
In real estate, because we're both brokers. So you're getting not only a realtor, but you're getting a person who's very experienced in the real estate industry.
We've seen it all. We've seen it go up. We've seen it go down. And we've seen it go up and keep going up.
So you might want to give us a call. For those out there,
right
we're
there.
talking about building wealth, but even if people out there are having problems and you're trying to figure out what to do, give us a call. We can give you some advice. If you got a foreclosure coming up,
probate.
We're not lawyers, or if it's a probate, someone passed away and you got a house and you're trying to figure out what to do, give us a call. We can sit down, we can direct you to the right people, and we can give you some information.
Exactly.
So hopefully we talked about a lot of things today, but you see we can help you out with quite a bit of things that may be on your mind. So
give us a call.
till next week, God bless.
Amen.